Welcome back YouTube. I hope you guys are absolutely ready to launch a new project on Unity. If you have problems on downloading the engine for first time use, refer to our previous video. Additionally, you can just send us an email reporting the problem. We will set up the prerequisites for Android development on Unity, and for that we will be externally downloading these additional components. Here goes the list. We will require the 64-bit version of Java Development Kit 8, abbreviated as JDK 8, and we are going to get that for free from the website of Oracle. Needless to say, the language Java was originally developed by Sun Microsystems and later acquired by the Oracle corporations. Well, just type in JDK 8 download and follow the link from www.oracle.com and you would be driven to the Java SE Development Kit 8's download page. If you are confused about what SE stands for, it is just standard edition, which means it is publicly the same for every developer downloading it externally from Oracle's website. Simply accept the license agreement and select the package that suits your current platform. I'll be downloading for Windows. It is very easy to install. Once the installation is done, we will update the path environment variable. The path environment variable defines a set of directories where the executable programs are located. Java needs to know the current environment for a session, like the user and the operating system, so this is really important. Open the control panel and head over to Systems and Security, where you will find the system settings. Click Advanced System Settings and below the Advanced tab, you will find Environment Variables. Search and find the Path System variable inside the window below. Click on Edit, browse and add the bin folder from JDK installation folder. Now we will download the required Android SDK using Android Studio. Simply visit developers.android.com and get the Android Studio for free. Set up as directed and update the requisites using the SDK manager present inside the Android Studio. A detailed installation procedure can be found on the website itself. It's fairly simple, so we won't be discussing that in broad. Let's set up our Unity project now. Launch Unity 3D and make sure you are signed in. Here you can see all the projects you have recently opened. Since you are launching your first, you would find it empty, but we would be creating one now. So click on New, ensure that you are saving it in the disk for our purpose. You would find the tab on the left. Cloud saves are brilliant when you are working on broad projects with a team. Add a name to your project, maybe something like My First Game. Check the directory where you are going to save the project folder. It's always good to create a separate folder for all your Unity projects. Maybe you can name that folder by your organization name or your name if you are a student. Set the organization. Make sure this is the same name used on your Unity account, so you can change it anytime on their website. Here I develop mobile games from Brockbird Creative Studios, so it is already there. You can play a hyper casual online game, Trail Rush, that I made. Get it on Google Play. So now we can proceed with Create Project. This would launch Unity for you. Let's take a moment to praise the interface. On top there's the File Edit toolbar and we will be discussing more about it later. What's really important for now is to understand how work is done. Just when you created a project, a folder hierarchy was auto-generated, which can be found in the directory where you saved it. Right now we are in the default Unity 3D layout, so you will notice a project window below. This is where all the files and assets required for your projects will be stored. Assets include all the elements that are required to make your game, like images, sprite sheets, music, all the scripts. And in the middle there's the window that is likely to draw your major attention. This is the scene window, which is showing you the view of 3D or 2D world where you will be designing either one or multiple levels of your game. Everything you see on your game screen has to be a part of this world. Notice the gizmo at the top right corner. This will help you navigate the 3D space as it gives you the information of separate coordinate axes and the orientation of the world. So it is easy to understand now that if there's a simple cube and it starts moving up, it will move along the positive y-axis. If it moved towards the right, it will move along the positive x, and if it moved along the depth, it will move along the positive z. You can intuitively deduct the movement along the negative counterparts of each axis. To understand and index every element that is present in the 3D world, we have a hierarchy window which lists all the elements that are currently present within the scene. In terms of Unity, all these elements present within the scene are called game objects. We will talk more about game objects when we are introduced to scripting. By default, the hierarchy is showing you these two elements, the directional light and the main camera. Let's remove them for now and understand why we need them. Imagine this like actually filming something out in the real world. You need a camera to show your viewers something you want them to see. We need a renderer, which is a very carefully engineered program that provides 3D and 2D outputs with physical characteristics such as roughness, bumpiness, shininess, emission and also lighting. Sounds fun, and we are going to get this using our scene camera game object. The scene camera will render the frames and everything you choose to show in it will appear on the device display. This is what you would see while playing your game. So it is like whenever you are playing Battlefield and looking around in the war zone with your mouse, you are just moving the scene camera so that it can render parts of the 3D world around you. We deleted the directional light. Directional light is just one kind of a lighting component that emulates the sun within the 3D world. You can change its rotation and test the shadows. We won't be needing any kind of lights for this project. As the last part of this video, let's talk about how Unity sees all these elements we call game objects, and let's see what we can do with them within the editor. For our purpose of understanding, we will simply create an empty game object, right click on the hierarchy and select create empty. Select it, and on the extreme right we would find the inspector window. Inspector, as the name suggests, inspects, and you can monitor all the properties of the selected game object. We see nothing but a transform component, which is a default component which stores all the information about the position, rotation and the scale of the game object relative to its own space. This is very elementary and general to realize. Anything which is a part of a 3D space must have a position, rotation and a scale, even if it is a point. Otherwise it cannot exist. So the transform component provides all the basic properties like the position, rotation and scale required to realize the existence of a game object in 3D coordinate space. Great to have you back with us. We require a lot more support from you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and let your friends know about us.